Hello, welcome back to some more Baba Is You New Adventures. We're ready with a brand new episode and a brand new play session. Time to do Flight Academy 3. It's actually the same day for me as Flight Academy 2, but it's been several hours since I was through here, and I think I'm ready to do something new. Alright, what's different? Now we have 3 UFOs over there. We have the word right. We have 2 ises. Okay. So I think what we have to do is to make Bird's win up there on the top left. There's 2 conveyor belts now though. That's gotta be important. Why would there be 2 conveyor belts? I have already edited the first Flight Academy. And I think I saw something where I had like not rocket this time, but Bird is right. And it's on the conveyor belt and it's like bouncing back and forth while also going down the conveyor belt, because it's right and it's also going to the right. Maybe we have to do something like that here. Let's get this Bird is pull. Okay, how can we get even a single thing? So what we can do is we cannot break Bird is right. So here's an idea. Here's something we could do is we can perhaps make the bird. What was I thinking? Oh yeah, we can have the bird go all the way onto the conveyor belts and then make Bird is right. If it's right and move at the same time, it can come back on one of these spots. Let's see, is any of this text different? Cloud is stop, Bob is you, dust is defeat, UFO is hot, rocket is melt, and rocket is rocket. Text on dust is star, text on text is star. Okay, that's all the same. So now, the UFO cannot pull back the bird from any of these. So the previous 2 solutions won't work. The first solution had the rocket pull the bird back from this one. Both of the previous solutions had the rocket pull the bird back from this one. So we can't do that. Can't even do that this time. Well, here's a thought. First, let's get the rocket out. Because I don't actually think we need the rocket down there this time. Now let's have the bird go over there, stop it there, get it in place. Because I think I might have actually just gotten the solution already. Oops. That's fine. So we're actually, let's see, I think it's fine to have Bird is move right up until there. Now we want to do Bird is move and Bird is right. No. Yes! Yes we do! That works just fine. Alright. Okay, so the bird's out. Actually, no. That's not what we wanted. That is precisely not what we wanted. Oh, how can I do this? I want Bird is move, and then Bird is right. Here's how I can do it. Do it like this. Our Bird is move for 1 turn, and then is right the next turn. Darn For 2 turns? There we go. No! It's not doing it! It's not coming back! I want the bird to come back on a different spot. And then I want it to be over there, and then I want the rocket to push the word over the bird, and then the bird to push it into the next spot. If I have it move once, move twice. If only I could have it not be move, and then make it right, and then make it move again on the next turn. This is not going to finish the puzzle, even if I could get it to work, because we couldn't get the bird to go left again. What if I just have bird as move? Oh, of course. It just goes up there. Why is there a second conveyor belt? There's got to be a reason for that. There has to be a reason for that. So it's exactly the same as the first one, except now we have 2 ises. That's going to be important. And we have 3 UFOs on these things. Alright. So we do the thing where we get something to be pushed across. No, we can't. We're not pushing anything. And if it's move and pull and it's behind something that's moving, then it just moves the 1 space. Okay. Yeah, so that idea doesn't work. So I was wondering if we could somehow get the rocket to go across the UFO and not on the UFO. So like get to the other side. Why are there 2 conveyor belts? That makes no sense. Rocket is a rocket. We can't make rocket into the bird. And it's gonna be bird is win again. Why did I have to come right back to this level? Rocket is pull. Rocket is move. I could move the rocket to a different thing if I wanted to. Well, here's an idea. I could just try getting back to where I was before, but instead of trying to get through this one, I could try getting through this one. That would make more sense, because is already there. That still doesn't solve the whole thing. Alright. Try this again. Let's see, what are the ways I can do this? I can do bird is move. I can push it down. Then, yeah, I don't have enough time to do anything like that. What if I do... No. This is not gonna do it. Yeah, no. So, yeah, I don't think there's a way to get the words into the right positions fast enough. So what I'm thinking of doing is having the bird move once, and then have it not move, and then have it be right and move. Or having it move once, then not move, then be right and move. So it goes this way. And then it's going to have is, rocket is going to push the word is onto the bird. And then bird pulls the rocket out, rocket comes around, pushes the bird back. And by pushing, I mean the bird is move, rocket is pull. And it gets the word is out there. Okay, that will not solve it because that would cause the rocket to go away. We still have to end up with bird is win. We still have to be able to retrieve the bird after we make bird is win. I'm thinking of going and trying some other levels while I try to puzzle this out. These levels are just oosh. Actually, let's undo a lot and back to where we have the rocket. There we go. Now we have both of these over here. We had 2 ises in the first one, but one of the ises was just down here. Now we have both of the ises up here, which means that the solution must have to do with using both of these ises up here. Like maybe something being pull and move at the same time, or 2 things being move at the same time. What if both bird and rocket are... No, that wouldn't... They would just both move. It would be as if the rocket's getting pulled. Or both are pull at the same time? That wouldn't... I can have bird is move and rocket is pull and bird is right all at the same time. Yeah, that's how we solved the first one. Bum, bum, bum. I could also do rocket is right. Can't forget that. If we have any need to do that. It doesn't have to be the bird necessarily. Yeah, if we did the same strategy as the first time, all we would do would be we could get 2 of the words, but not 3. There's gotta be a reason for the 2 conveyor belts, right? Oh, I know what the reason for the 2 conveyor belts is. It's so that I couldn't do what I tried to do. if I try to get the bird to come back through one of these, it's going to bounce off those clouds. Right, that makes sense. Yeah. So if I even move it onto there, then it's going to move up to the clouds, and if I change it to right, it's just going to bounce off a cloud. Yeah. Oh no, never mind. I was like, I got an idea. I can have the bird go all the way up to the top, and then it can come over here to the UFO, and then the rocket can pull it down. Except then after you do that, you can't get the bird and rocket to do anything. Actually, why don't I just do it? Because you know, sometimes when you just do something, it ends up actually working. Don't need bird to move anymore. Now bird is right. Oh wait, I can't do that because the rocket's over here. Never mind. Let's start by doing that here. Here we go. Do not do rocket is pull. Bird is move. Alright. That's fine. Bird is right. Rocket is wrong. Bird is move now. Oh no, this will work. This will absolutely work. This is the answer. This is what you do. You try stuff and then it works. Now, bird is pull. Rocket is move. Because the bird is right. That's right, that's why. And we pull the bird down. Oh no, this won't work. Yeah, let's leave the bird there. Because now there's the problem, is the bird can't go to the left. The bird needs the rocket in order to go to the left. And so we can't repeat this. And we can't do the same thing as part 2. Yeah, the bird, now all the bird is going to do is come out. It can't go back unless we have the rocket. So I feel like I'm onto something. But if we do that again, then the bird is going to get stuck. And the bird is going to come back. And then we'll just have a bird and no rocket. Then we won't have win. Okay, what happens if we do something else? What happens if we move the rocket? What happens if we move the bird? If the bird comes over here, then the rocket is stuck forever, because yeah. Bird is right. We can't do rocket as bird. We can't break bird is right. But we've managed to get one word out and to not lose either the bird or the rocket. Now let's see, what if the rocket goes down? If the bird pulls the rocket, then the rocket is no longer going to be up and down. If the bird does not pull the rocket could pull the bird to a different path. The difficulty is now bird is eternally right. We can get one more. Since we can't get the rocket, we can't get the bird to do the next one. Well, let's continue. Rocket is move. Until there. Now, rocket is pull. And bird is move. Alright, now we have the rocket and the bird over here. Bird is pull. Bam, bam. And now we want bird is move, rocket is pull. And if we do this, we can get the word is down there. We can only do this. Wait. Oh. Okay, it's not going to bounce off the rocket. I was thinking, We could get the bird to try to go through the rocket, but stay on the same spot. Doesn't look like that's gonna work. Is there any other way to get the word across the UFO without sacrificing the rocket? As far as I can tell, we need the rocket in order to get Win on the conveyor belt and Bird over here. And making Bird his rocket is still not going to do anything worthwhile. Is there anything else we can do from here? We do rocket is move, bird is pull. But like, no matter what we do, there's no way to get both of the words onto the conveyor belt. Even if we send the bird down here and the rocket down here, which we can't do because the bird is right, then the rocket itself cannot get Win onto the conveyor belt because the rocket would run into the UFO. Alright, now we can get them both back. Alright, they're both back. We can pull them around. We can do all kinds of stuff. Bird is pull, rocket is move. That will go only to the right. It could also go to the left. It could also go up and down. It can only go up and down. That's only going to matter over there on the other side. I'm starting to think that this is not correct because, again, it gives us both is's right now. It gives us both is's out here. So before we do bird is right, we should have to use both is's in something. So bird is move, rocket is move, bird is pull, rocket is pull, bird is move, bird is pull, rocket is move, rocket is pull. Why would we need both of those? Why would we need two of anything? You get the bird going up and down with the rocket. It's a bad idea. Because then we can't get it back unless we use right, and then we can't get the rocket back. If they're both pull but nothing is move, that's pointless. If they're both move, then they're both moving, which doesn't seem to have a point. If something is move and pull, it doesn't seem to have a point. Because something else has to be moving in order to pull it. We can get the rocket to be going left and right in a different spot. It doesn't have to be on these three paths. And what I mean by that is we could do our thing that we did before with having the bird turn right and go to the UFO, then the rocket pulls the bird, but then we have the rocket move a whole cycle and have the bird start moving, pull it, so that the rocket is going left and right in a different spot. Then the bird is also going left and right in that spot, and they're both stuck. Okay, here's the thing with right. If it goes against the wall, then it bounces back and forth while always looking to the right. So like it moves, it tries to move right, but it turns around, and since it says it's right, then it faces to the right again after it's moved. Man, if only there were not two conveyor belts, then we could get the bird to come back. That would be a good puzzle. Why didn't you have that puzzle? Why didn't you have that puzzle, Hempuli? If I want to do bird is move and bird is right, I can do more easily what I did last time just by doing this. Yeah, now bird, you're not there. Now bird is right. Now bird is move. And now I take the bird back and I could get the rocket back too, and it would be exactly the same as what I did last time. Ugh. But hooray for finding new things to do, right? Okay, I'm tired. I don't know why I started playing tonight. I'm just tired. Especially after having so much Flight Academy. I don't want to do Flight Academy. I'll come back to it. Alright, let's try Flight Academy 3. This is a challenge. All right, again, what is different from the previous time? This time we have right. So we can make is right, but we also have two of the word is. So before we make is right, we can make two statements of something else. Either bird is pull and bird is move, rocket is pull, rocket is move, or bird is pull, rocket is pull, bird is move, rocket is move. So the idea that I liked the best was sending the bird through and then having it come back out one of these. Why did I like that? What was the point of that? There is no point. Because if I got the bird to come back out one of these, I would have to use bird is right. So that would be the same as just sending the bird through here and using bird is right to turn it around at the last moment and come back and snatch the rocket. So that can't be the answer. There's also two conveyor belts. So the two conveyor belts have to either prevent you from doing something or allow you to do something. Okay, what is the point of the rocket this time? There has to be a point to the rocket or it wouldn't be included. It cannot be to pull the bird back after the bird pushes the word into the thing. Because there's 3 UFOs over there. So the rocket's role has to be something else. If bird is right and bird is move, and the rocket is next to it, then the bird will move to the left. Then the bird will move to the left. Right, we've figured that out. Okay, but it can only hit one word because of that. So that gives us 2 words. We can do bird and we get the rocket out, and now bird is right eternally, and we... Unless rocket is right. I haven't thought about that. What if rocket is always right? Then what? Rocket is right, bird is move. Rocket is right, rocket is pull, bird is move. No. Rocket is right, rocket is move, bird is pull. Yeah, we can shove the rocket to the left. But then the rocket will be destroyed before it can push the word onto the conveyor belt, and then we're back to having the bird. And then the bird just turns around. The bird can't turn around. Bird cannot turn around after that. I could have the rocket move up and then become right and then move out. That would be pointless because it would do the same thing as if it were just moving to the right and out. I do not think I can make the rocket go onto the conveyor belts. What can I do right now? I can make the bird go, push bird onto the conveyor belt, and then land on the conveyor belt. I can make the bird go and push a different word on the conveyor belt and land on the conveyor belt. That would be quite useless. What if we want to make bird is win somewhere else? Is there a way to, like, get the bird around it and then push it up with the rocket? I think it's probably got to have to do with the conveyor belts again, pushing the words onto the conveyor belts. Because even though the rocket can move up and down, it would be really cool if there was a solution involving that, but I just don't think there is. So an idea I thought of, it's not going to work because we don't have enough words for this, is if I had the rocket following the bird, and I had bird is move and rocket is move, and bird is pull. But then, like, would the bird try to move and push the word onto the conveyor belt, and the rocket try to pull it at the same time and pull it back and bounce off it? Like, is there any way that I can use pull and move with 2 objects in sync to get a conveyor belt-like effect, where it turns them around without changing their spaces, but also pushes the word to the next spot? If that could work, then it would have to involve both being move at the same time and bird being pull, which I don't have enough words to do. Okay, how do we solve this one? Flight Academy series, you are my bane. You are the levels that make me want to stop playing Baba Is You, but I can't because I'm doing a Let's Play, which means I have to finish it. No, I really do love this game, and I love all these puzzles. It's just, you know, sometimes you just want to do, sometimes it's just hard. Sometimes it's hard. Your brain gets tired. no stress. But no, I really do love this game, and I'm absolutely glad it exists, and I'm absolutely glad I'm playing it. What if a word is on top of one of the objects? Like, bird is move, rocket is pull, and then the word is on top of bird. We can't get that to happen, but if we could we do anything with that? I don't think so. You know what? I'm not having fun with this level. I'm gonna try it again. Alright, I am back in Flight Academy 3. We're gonna just spend some time here, see if we can find something. I have had extra coffee today. I don't know if you can tell. I am excited to play. I don't know if I'll solve this one today. Maybe I'll go and try to do some other levels, or maybe I'll solve it. That would be awesome. So, let's look and see what we can do. While I was in bed last night, I had some ideas. I had one idea that will not work because this thing up here, text on text, is star, but I realized that if we have both bird is move and rocket is move at the same time, we could put pull and move onto the same tile. So if text on text was not star, then we could have something be pull and move on the same tile. We can't though. So it's back to thinking about how we can get these words over here to get onto the conveyor belts. And I'm hoping that since I had extra coffee and I'm very awake and I'm very energetic right now, maybe I'll be able to happen upon the solution by just trying stuff and talking about stuff and thinking about stuff. And you know, all the things you do when you're doing a puzzle game. I have talked and talked and talked without a break, without having to cut anything for like a minute. That is insane for me. How often do I go for so long without taking a break from talking? I cannot believe it. Okay, let's solve this puzzle. If rocket were bird, then could we do it? I think we might actually be able to. Yeah, because we could get a rocket onto the UFO at the same moment that we turn it into a bird. And while there's also the bird is on the square next to it. And then we could have bird as... that might work, I'm not sure. Is there any possible way we could get the rocket to skip a tile and to get over the UFO? If there were, then we'd have to do it again. So I do know that if we have something is move and it is pull at the same time, like if we have bird is move and pull at the same time, let's just get into position right here. And then we have, let's put it up here. Bird is pull, bird is, I push it in from the other side. Bird is move. Now if we have bird be right there, bird is pull and move at the same time, so if we move down, the bird moves 2 spaces. The question is, would it be possible? I don't actually think this is possible, even if we had enough words, because a U takes precedence over a move. We found that out in, what level was it? Backstage. But moves happen at the same time. So if we wanted to do it, we'd have to get something is pull and something is move at the same time, and also the thing in front of it is also move. So we'd have to get like a rocket to be here. We'd have to be like this, except instead of Baba, it's a rocket. And they both have to be move, and the bird has to be pull. Or no, the other way around. It's like this. So Baba's a rocket. So they're both move, and the rocket is pull. That would get a rocket to be across the UFO. But then they would both be across the UFO and they wouldn't be able to turn around. So that wouldn't, even if we could do that, it wouldn't solve the problem. There has to be a reason for giving us 2 is's up here, right? So that means we have to make 2 is statements and none of them are right at the same time. Bird is move, rocket is move. That seems like the only one that makes sense. So if they're both pull, we can pull them both with Baba out here. But then, no, never mind. Never mind. We can set things up. We have 2 is's. That way we could set things up so that the bird is moving and then it turns around, like it gets on the conveyor belt but turns around and moves again. We could do something like that. Like if we have to switch things around within a very limited number of moves. I keep coming back to the idea of getting the bird to come back out in a certain direction. Why the bird would do that, I have no idea. Because it's like, if we could get the bird to come back out, then it'd be to the left of one of the words. If the bird is to the left of one of the words, what is the point of that? Well, here's a thought. If we could get the bird to come back out of this one and push win in front of the rocket, then use the rocket to push win up. No, that won't work. So I was thinking if we use the rocket to push win up to the UFO, and then it would have to be text as pull in order for that to work. Then we get the bird up to the top and we pull win, and then it wouldn't work because we'd have to pull win, which we can't do. The idea would have been, okay, we get win up there and then we pull the rocket out here and then we use the rocket to push the word is over to there. That also wouldn't work because we couldn't get the bird onto the conveyor belt. But then we'd have bird is up in the corner, top left corner, and then the bird would be up in the top left corner, which it wouldn't because we couldn't get it there. And then it would pull win, but it wouldn't because win is not pull. And then if it did, then it would be in the wrong place because the bird would be to the left of win. Yeah, there's so many things that would not work about that. Another thing I'm thinking of is if we could get bird is win starting at that UFO up there. Have the rocket push the words up there. We can't for multiple reasons. One of them is because we cannot get the bird to the other side of all the words. We can't get the bird to the other side of any of the words, that's a problem. But to get it to the other side of bird, and then to have the rocket push it upwards, the first word would have to be bird. And the rocket can only get below bird if it turns around, and it can't turn around because there's a UFO up there. There's no on or anything, so we can't make like rocket on bird is right. So once bird is right, it is right eternally. So just doing the solution for Flight Academy 1, we can only get 2 words in. And then the bird is back over here, the rocket is gone, we cannot do anything else with the bird. So we can get a word to skip 1 dust. We cannot get a word to skip 2 dust. And even if we could get a word to skip 2 dust, then we couldn't use it because we need all the words. This level's insane. Have I mentioned that? I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna do it without a guide. I am going to solve this level. I'm going to solve this level. Even if I have to go through the timer twice. The timer is 5 hours, just in case you forgot. I mentioned it once at the beginning of the first episode of Museum. So there has to be a reason why we have only 2 ises instead of 3. If we had 3 ises, there'd be more things we can do. Because we only have 2 ises, it means all those things with 3 ises are not necessary. I could do bird as rocket, but then there'd be no reason for that because you can't make rocket as win. You can only make bird as win. Can we make belt as win? Is it possible to get a word up in that corner above the cloud tower? I don't think so. The only way to move anything up and down is either where the rocket is or on the conveyor belts. So it looks like we can't make bird as win anywhere else. Yeah, another thought I had would be like, what if we could get bird as win horizontally? But no. For one, we'd have to get 2 words in place on the conveyor belts next to each other, which I don't think is possible. And for 2, the highest word is. So if the highest word were win and the other 2 were bird is, maybe there would be like, if we had some way to push bird on, and then we had another way to push is on right when bird passed by, and then they go up here and pass through win, and somehow I'm standing on the bird at that very moment, then we'd be able to do bird is win that way. But win is here, so that's impossible. Unless we had a way to push win, to use the rocket to push win up next to is, and then we're able to use the bird or something to push is win up next to the conveyor belt, and then we're able to retrieve the bird and the rocket, and then we're able to push it down there, use the bird. So many things that are just... Here's the problem. All of these theories, there's nothing that I've come up with. The only thing that I've come up with that has only one thing wrong with it is the solution from Flight Academy 1. Every other hypothesis I've had has had multiple things that won't work about it. Either there has to be some way, something I'm not seeing about the solution to Flight Academy 1, which is push bird is win, then have bird is right and use it to get the rocket out, then is and get rid of the rocket, and then somehow get the bird over there to push win in, which is impossible. You know, that's the one thing. You can get bird is and then have the bird over here by doing the Flight Academy 1 solution. So it's just one more thing, is how do you get the word win to go up there? Every other hypothesis I've had has had multiple things that are impossible about it. So most likely the answer is something I just haven't thought of yet. Oh yeah, and even if I made belt as win, there'd be no way to get Baba over there. If I could extract win somehow. But I don't think I can, because there's 2 dust. Even if I could get win to skip 1 tile, it would still land on the dust. So it seems like the only way to win this is to get bird is win up there in the left corner. What was the Flight Academy 2 solution? You have the rocket go on the belt and then get pulled onto one of the other things. Yeah, you have the rocket go on the belt, and then as it passes by the bird that's waiting, you have the bird catch it. And then the bird goes down the next one, and the rocket catches it. But we can't do that because all 3 of these are UFO'd. It would make sense as a variant to have the rocket going up and down. Because that just seems like something we'd want to do. You know, it's something that has been protected against. It's like, okay, maybe it should be part of the solution. But I don't see anything we would do with it. I mean, if the rocket were on a different spot, if the rocket were 1 tile to the left, and win were 1 tile to the right, then we could retrieve win, I think. Because we could get the bird to go up there and then turn right, and we could have the rocket push win up to right next to the UFO, but while we have the bird move right next to the UFO. Then we can have the bird move again to push the word win to the left, rocket move up, and then I think with rocket is pull and bird is move, we could get the rocket to change direction, even if it doesn't move. Maybe not. Let's try it. Let's see if that would work. So have the bird go like this. Now the bird is pull. No, that wouldn't work. But if we could get the rocket to change direction, then we could push the word win back with the rocket. Maybe it is just we get to push all these words past the UFOs somehow. We can get the rocket out without moving it by making rocket is right. Could the solution possibly have something to do with rocket is right? I'm only asking because I haven't thought of that yet. I mean, I think I thought of it a little bit, but I hadn't explored any ideas with it. Rocket is right. What could we possibly do with rocket is right? Like, I'm thinking if we pull the rocket next to the UFO, then we have rocket is pull, bird is pull, rocket is move, bird is move. Which we would need 2 more ises to be able to do that. 3 actually, because one of the ises is made rocket is right, but that would just, and we also need another rocket. So the idea would be we have like rocket facing this way and bird facing this way, and they're both move and pull, so like it comes back to the idea of like, can you just like shove the text onto the conveyor belt without actually moving the bird and the rocket, and then use the rocket to retrieve the bird? Maybe that's something I need to do. Rocket is right does not seem to have any uses. I'm partially convinced that one of the ways that Hempuli put these levels in was from beta testers finding really weird and obscure solutions that are unintended. And so he patched them out of the original level and then just added them in as a second level. Or a third level. Yep, this level's the bane of my existence. Currently, probably most likely the one I've spent the most time on. No, Flight Academy 2 I probably spent more time on at this point, but jeez, the amount that I have thought about rearranging these exact words throughout these 3 levels, it's insane. What even can you do with these words and these objects? That is, jeez, God, man, I need to do some other levels. I can't. I need to come back to this one. I can't spend this much mental energy on variants of this same level. Oh, man, the more I play this level is what's making me feel like I don't want to play Baba Is You anymore. So I have to go remember why I love this game. Okay, got some free time. Last free time I will probably get in a while. Let's sink some time into Flight Academy 3. 4th time's the charm, as they say, right? Bird is pull, get the bird out of the way. Probably want it to be somewhere around here. No idea where. Alright, options and constraints. The other 2 levels had us push words onto the conveyor belt so that it would go up and make Bird is Win up next to Belt is Shift. Now, in this one, in order to do that, let's see, in this one, it looks like we can only push 2 sets of words onto the conveyor belt. So it looks like we cannot get all 3 of these words pushed one at a time onto the conveyor belt, because the first time we do it, we have to use Bird is Right to turn around, and the second time we do it, we have to sacrifice the rocket. And as far as I can think of, there is no other way to get the bird to go all the way past the UFO onto that tile and then come back. Those are the only 2 ways I can think of. So, if we want to push the 3 words onto that conveyor belt to get them to the other side, we'll have to somehow combine them using the rocket pointing up. Like maybe push win up onto the top tile so we can push both is and win at the same time. Now, that is difficult because we have to get win above the rocket, we have to get it up onto this row, and then we would have to retrieve the rocket because the bird would most likely be to the right. Yeah, we'd have to push win above the rocket, and we have to get the rocket to move up to push win onto this row, and then we'd have to retrieve the rocket so we could use it. So maybe, potentially, we could do something with having the bird push the word bird through, then have Bird is Right to come back on this row, and push win in front of the rocket, and then have the rocket push win up here. That would be really difficult though, especially since we'd have to use up Bird is Right. Alternatively, we could try making Bird is Win somewhere else, either vertically among these 3 rows, or horizontally among these 3 rows, horizontally up at the top somehow, vertically up at the top. You know, if we could get the rocket moving up and down, then we could potentially, conceivably, some way, probably not, because there's so many things wrong with it, but potentially, you know, push bird in front of it and have rocket push the word bird up to the UFO. And push is in front of it, have rocket push is up there. Put win in front of it, have rocket put win up there. That would be very, very difficult. So I'm not seeing any possible way of doing this without having the rocket moving up and down to some degree. So if we wanted to do it vertically, we'd have to rearrange some words. We'd have to like push is into the middle, then bird up on top. And that would be a big challenge. If we wanted to do it horizontally, we'd also have to push bird up to the middle and is down to the middle, which would also be a huge challenge. Yeah, and I'm not seeing how it's possible to get the word bird up there to the UFO. So having it vertically up by the UFO seems like not an option because we just can't get bird up there. We'd have to have this bird come from the left, push the word bird over the rocket, and have the rocket be below it and push the word up. Pretty sure that's not going to work. Maybe if bird is move and pull at the same time and then it enters... could try that, see what happens. See what happens if it's move and pull at the same time and it follows a text onto the conveyor belt. It pushes it farther. So it's doing nothing, it's just being move and pull. What if it's no longer move now? Then okay, it's as if it's not pull. Pull is doing nothing to it. Experiments, we're learning new things, ruling out possibilities. I'm trying to think if like maybe we can use the pull and move trick to move a text on top of this text. I don't think that'll work because the text will stop it. It won't overlap. But if we could get rid of this text, then we could push bird is back up and bird would no longer be right. But that wouldn't give us a third option because we wouldn't have the word right anymore. Ooh, wait a minute. I think I've just discovered something. Rocket is pull, bird is move. I just got an idea. I've been under the impression that once we make bird is right, it's right forever. But what if... And this might not actually be possible. Oh yeah, it is possible. What if we put the rocket right here, and then we just don't use the rocket for the thing? We have bird is pull, bird is move. And this is why we have two ises. Bird is pull. Did I figure this out? Did I do it? Did I actually do it? I think I might have actually done it. I think I actually did it. Bird is now move. Bird is no longer move. Now we put bird is right. But bird is right is not stuck here. And this is why they give us two ises. Now we do bird is moved because bird is to the right. Bird is move. Okay, we don't need bird is move anymore. We have rocket is move, and rocket breaks bird is right. Oh my god, we can only do that once, but we only need to do it once. Because now we can do... Dang it, stop it. Now we can do bird is pull again, pull the bird up here. I think I did it, guys. I think I did it. I can't believe it. Bird is move. Bird is no longer move. And now we push bird is right back over here. And again, bird is move. We retrieve bird again. We've used bird is right twice. And now we do the same thing we did before. It's okay that we have bird is right. That's fine, because we don't actually need it. Rocket. Because now we go back to solution number one. Rocket is pull. Actually, I want it to be right here. Now bird is pull. Bird, you go right there. What is it now? Rocket is pull, bird is move. Is that what it is? Rocket is pull, bird is move. Oh my fucking god, people. I don't swear usually, but I think solving this puzzle is worth a swear. So now we have bird is move again, and bird comes back to us, and we fucking win. I can't believe it. How long has that been? You could see on the timer. I have no idea how long that's been. Probably at least 2 hours. Oh my god. That is the longest, hardest level in Baba Is You I have ever beaten. Anyway, that's enough for me for one play session. Thank you so very much for watching. If you solved this puzzle in any way other than I did, then please let me know in the comments. And subscribe for more Baba Is You and other awesome games. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Oh, look at that flower.